From downtown Wagga Wagga, the place of many crows, here are your hosts, Adam Drummond.
Doesn't he think he's Grant Daniel?
Matt Olson, whose hands are on the knobs, the control knobs. And Jamie Way, that's the regional Hugh Jackman. Here's the world by a Wagga Wagga, it's the 5 o'clock wave. Oh, welcome everyone, whether you're in Wagga or not. This is the 5 o'clock wave, now on waggawagga.tv. I'm Adam Drummond and I'm joined by my usual cohorts, Jamie Way.
Hello.
And Matt Olson.
Hi.
How are you, boys?
That was so creepy.
I know.
Creepy.
I was trying to put myself into a sort of more comfortable position on these chairs,
You
which
look
are
like you
rubbish.
have posture problems.
How weird that we would all dress in exactly the same clothes as the last time we recorded. Like,
I
it's
know.
just strange how you go, oh, we must be on a cycle or something.
Yeah.
I got escorted out with the Hessian bag on. You stayed here, did you?
I didn't even notice you'd
Here in
gone.
the
You know, I
TARDIS.
went.
I noticed there's these air vents up in the roof and this green mist started coming out.
And we have to talk about the Hulk farting through the vents again. It's just ongoing in this building.
So whenever anything's green, that's your default.
If it's a green
The
mist,
Hulk.
if it's a green mist, it is.
If it's a green mist, Hulk. If it's a blue mist, Smurfs.
Smurfs. Guys, I read something recently. The subject is online dating.
Oh.
She said internet dating is like Russian roulette. I've had a couple of lucky escapes, but mainly I've been wishing for a bullet to the brain. For example, one guy's profile pic had him cutely smirking at the lens. It was only when I turned up in person that I discovered he had a front tooth missing. She said, I know some women would have just gotten up and left, but she just couldn't do that. She's too polite, I think was what she was saying. So she had dinner with Mr. Gappy and then she tried to block out the whistling sound when he laughed. I think that's nasty. Dinner came to $80 and he complained about the money. And when she offered to go Dutch, he cocked his head to one side and said, Dutch, how modern of you. Thank you. That'd be wonderful.
What is that?
What?
Dutch.
It's when you both
Going
pay.
Dutch is when you split the bill.
Yeah.
So what do they call if the man pays? German.
Uh,
Or what if the woman pays? French.
That's a miracle.
French.
That's called a miracle.
Okay.
Oh, come on.
If you know the origin of saying going Dutch,
The
write an
show's
email in and tell us about it.
Origin.
Shows at cleanslatemedia.com.au.
Yeah.
So the other thing that came up, I was listening to a podcast. I think it was Reply All. There's a plug for a cool podcast if you're listening. Reply All.
Also,
And
podcaster non grata.
Reply All was saying that the scamming can happen as well, and particularly middle-aged women finding themselves on the dating scene again for whatever reason,
to get money out of
To
them.
get
and
money
eventually get money out of them. And
Okay.
it's quite sophisticated what they do.
Right.
They have phone calls, they ring.
Maybe what we should do is as the single one in the group, I might, maybe as an experiment, I could create a profile on a popular dating site.
So what we would like is a suggestion for Matt's name. What should his name be?
Oh, no, I've got the name.
Oh, you've already got a name.
Mike.
I've got a name. No, you don't.
You should go last name Oxbig,
Okay.
first name Mike.
Okay, what do I do for a living? I know what I am. I'm an international airline pilot.
I hope.
Should I
out
put
there.
my photo on or another photo?
Oh, it depends how. Well, if you
No,
get,
we'll find a handsome guy.
Your
No, what we
decision.
need to do is build up a whole persona. So we need to make a Facebook profile. Let's turn this into a thing.
Yeah.
All
We'll
right.
see what correspondence we get.
And this is all for the sake of journalism
Yeah.
and for
course.
protecting women.
So we'll call it. We'll call the segment like hard data. Mike Oxbig hard data.
That's
Love
brilliant.
It. Love it.
All right.
Mike Oxbig hard.
In
Righto.
the meantime,
Data.
we're going to chuck to a break and we'll see you afterwards.
Bye.
Oh, well, there you go. I hope you've been typing away, sending us emails. If this
Yep.
was live, we'd read them out, but it's not.
Good
So,
luck coming up with a better name than Mike Oxbig.
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Yeah, good luck with that. We were talking about online dating before the break, and it kind of leads into the next segment. Please don't do that. And you get your lolly, and it's not a lolly, it's a crunched up wrapper from some person.
I'm trying to
stuck in the middle.
develop. I'm trying to build up the persona that is Mike
Oxbig.
Oxby.
Get him away from me. I can't be controlled.
The segue that I was leading into was we were talking about online dating before the break, and it leads into the subject that you want to talk about. You recently went to see 50 Shades of Grey.
I did, yeah. The movie is terrible beyond almost all comprehension.
How could you
That's
screw
what
up
I
a
said.
book?
Sounds
Kinky
like
sex and like, you know, it's BDSM and a bit of whipping and submission and domination.
Is that a kind of
that.
internet
Yeah.
connection? BDSM?
Yes, shut up. And they still managed to make it boring and stupid.
Apparently, it doesn't do much for the women's rights movement moving forward either, this
Yeah,
submissiveness. Is
the
that
relationship is awful and abusive and nothing like real sort of actual people who are into like bondage and domination stuff in the real world.
correct? Yeah. Which is Mike, I think.
Mike Oxbig.
Mike Oxbig is
Probably will be.
Yeah, he's definitely a hard dom.
Is it? What's that?
Like a dominant.
Okay.
So
What's
using
hard about
lingo
it?
from the movie.
The real highlight of the trip to the movie for me
What was that?
was not so much because the film itself was actually awful, but my wife and I
Experimented.
smuggled. Yeah, settle down.
During the film.
What I like to do when I can, or if I get the opportunity, is to
here we go.
because I like a good feed,
Oh.
evidently,
Mm.
is that I like to try and smuggle food into the cinema. Now, as I mentioned, what you guys are really not helping with this lollipop. But I've been on a diet, right? So anyway, we're sitting there in 50 Shades of Grey,
Yep.
and we smuggled in some food from outside, which is always a fun thing to do. We got a tub each of the take-home tubs from Baskin-Robbins.
Oh my God. That
Those $10 like pint tubs.
is sounding messy beyond
So we're
belief.
sitting there watching 50 Shades of Grey, like eating ice cream.
The whole
I don't have enough
smuggling,
stuff to
the whole
cart around.
smuggling food thing is really starting to
I wear
resonate
cargo
with
shorts.
me.
Like as I was saying to you before we started recording, like I could easily get a couple of cheeseburgers per pocket.
There's a balanced meal.
And speaking of balance, you're righting a wrong.
There's meat.
There's meat.
There's bread.
There's all the groups.
There's
covered.
vegetables in the
There's
sauce.
vegetable group.
And
there's
little
meat
bits of
group.
onion.
There's cheese group. Sesame seed group.
Bun.
There's special sauce group. Bingo. High five.
You've righted a wrong because yes, you've smuggled food into the cinema, but you went to the cinema when you could have pirated the movie.
Cinemas make their money on the snack bar.
You didn't
You realise
pirate, so don't pirate.
Go to the movies. Go down to our local cinema centre.
Yes,
Yep.
we've
Our
got Forum Cinema.
cinema complex. They are a
Excellent
great
cinema.
bunch down there.
When
It's
we
great.
went to see 50 Shades, we had one of those seats where you can pull the armrest up in between us.
Oh,
and
nice.
Have a little cuddle.
Yeah, if you want to sponsor this show, three guys just talking about anything, then again, I think we'll send this one to info@waggawagga.tv and
Yep.
we'll show you how you can sponsor an entire show. And as you will have noticed, there's quite a few repeats. So I think it's good value.
I'll wear shirts or hats with your stuff
See
on.
you after the break. And then she looked at it and went, "That's amazing." Oh, hi, welcome back. You've just had an ad break.
You caught us.
Oh, wow. That was a good story. You'll have to tell us the rest of that
I'm
another
blushing.
time.
I'm blushing. We are great role models for local people,
Yeah.
but something that happened locally recently. What a segue that was. I don't even know what it means.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Should we do that? Should we dress up?
No.
This is TV as well
No.
as radio.
Do you
This
mean
is the
dress
sort
up
of
and look
stuff
a bit
that I wear.
smarter?
Actually, it's neither. It's neither radio
No.
nor TV.
No, it's not.
It's
No.
Revio.
This is either, this is web stuff
Yeah.
slash
Hey.
101.
podcasting.
It's not TV.
It's .tv. This is both .tv and podcasting now. So,
Oh, by the way, I paid for the trademark on that, so
Awesome.
don't try and
Yeah.
use it.
Yeah.
so should we make an effort?
No, I'm not going
I'm going to throw this up to you guys. You're watching us at the moment. You're looking at this. You're having to drink in the spectacle that
Yeah.
is three
The wonder.
sweaty men
Yeah.
discussing
Getting very sweaty.
silly
super
topics.
hot in here, by
Yeah.
the way.
Do you want
We're all
us
pitted
to
out.
make an effort?
Yeah.
Or conversely, would you rather us even just go crazy and let it go even more? Close off,
Should
perhaps?
we do a birthday suit show?
Yeah. Write in.
However you
Or
want to get in
Instagram. Perhaps you could Instagram
so-
us some suggestions on
Yeah.
what you might like us to wear.
As
So-
I said a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, we welcome nudity, just not especially ours.
But anyway, how is your moving? How is your moving
house.
experience?
It's a thing. It's kind of a huge pain in the ass, to be honest. But I can't believe the amount of crap you accumulate. So what I was thinking was I was going to make sort of a concerted effort when we get into our new place to actually sort of minimalise a bit.
Where
Cupboard
Australians
stuff,
are cupboard
You've just
stuffers.
become the custodian of so much shit you don't need.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And the other thing is on the outside of the house, what you do is, particularly if you're an Australian male, you are brought up like this. You can't throw any building material out whatsoever because one day that'll come in handy.
Might need that, yeah. When we were tight, because I had to go through, I'm losing my computer room in the move, my little office at home. Going through there, I found maybe 10 network cables, like a host of shit that I hadn't used for years.
Here's a question for you. You, quite briefly, were in real estate. How was it dealing with the real estate agent?
Oh, it just
Did you
takes a
find
bit
you were
of
in
mystery
an
out of it.
advantageous position?
Slightly. Speaking of which, that's the real estate agent that we're buying through ringing me now.
What is this?
This is a Samsung Gear 2 Neo. It's a smartwatch that connects up to my phone, so I can take calls on it like Dick Tracy. Do you want me to take it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Put them on. Can you go on?
Hi, Steph. How are you?
I love the watch. I love the
Very cool.
the interactivity between.
Well, it's just it pairs to your phone by Bluetooth, and it's got. See, I found it really handy while I've been sort of trying to get a bit fitter, because it's a heart rate monitor and pedometer as well. So
wow,
you can
pedometer.
Yeah, it measures how big of a pedophile you are.
Now, you know what? Mine's connected to my car, so it's better. Whatever, like Knight Rider.
Mine's
So,
connected to your mum.
hi, Mum.
So we're only episode 2, and we're already resorting to terrible
Mum
puns
jokes.
and
Yeah,
mum
no,
jokes.
not mum jokes. Mum taunts.
But
But you know what?
thankfully, we're coming to the end
Next
of the.
time we'll be sophisticated.
We're
Click,
coming to
clack,
the end.
front and back.
Be cool to one another.
See you later, guys.